Thanks to an interview with both Rian Johnson and Daisy Ridley with Entertainment Weekly, we now have far more details on the character of Rey in The Last Jedi, but more specifically her lineage and parentage. Daisy Ridley did reveal that we will in fact get to learn who Rey's parents are, but also that while at first it may seem significant to her and the audience, we will learn over the trilogy that it isn't really. This is what the director of Episode 8, as well as what Daisy said about Rey in The Last Jedi. To me, it's important insofar as it's important to her, Johnson says, and I think it's important to her in terms of what is her place in all of this. What's going to define her in this story? She was told in the last movie that the answer's not in her past, it's looking forward. But she's showing up on this island to talk to this hero from the past. You can be told the answer's not in the past, but I think she still has a lingering hope that she's going to find the thing that's going to say, this is where you belong. This is where you are. I think she still holds on to the thought that where she comes from will help define where she's going. In addition to this is what Daisy herself said about Rey's parents in The Last Jedi. Rey will find the answer to her lineage and discover that it doesn't matter that much. It won't change who she is. You can always look for answers, and that doesn't mean the rest of your life is so easy. It's not like, oh, I know who my parents are, so now everything falls into shape. Especially in the Star Wars world. Yes, it would potentially change her mind, or at least give her a little bit more peace in moving forward. And whatever abilities she has are there, so personally, I think it's less important than even she may think. What's wonderful is, it's not so cut and dry, who's good and who's bad, and that's not me saying, oh my gosh, some people are gonna go bad. There's always room for bad people to make good decisions, and vice versa. Again, that could be nothing to do with your parents, and it could be everything to do with your parents. By the sounds of all of this, it seems as though we will be in for a big reveal with Episode 8, and would venture a guess we actually do know who Rey's parents are, and have maybe even seen them before. The way Rian and Daisy talk, it's almost as if they're preparing us for something big to drop, and be a huge surprise, and again in my interpretation, it seems as if Rey may have some dark origin. All this talk about your parents not defining who you are is very frightening, and again, seems like a glimpse into the past with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. The abilities comment made by Ridley is also extremely interesting, as it may hint that one of her parents was extremely force sensitive. But again, as was said by Daisy herself, just because one is born from the darkness, it does not mean that they will end up there. I mean, again, just look at Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, and the differences between father and son, despite that familial bond between the two of them. But what are your thoughts overall on Rey in The Last Jedi, and now confirmation that we will in fact learn who her parents are in Episode 8. Also, what are your thoughts on all this light and darkness talk in the new movie, and Kylo Ren stemming from the light side of the Force, and now perhaps Rey stemming from the dark side, and then the two ultimately switching? Personally, as I've said before, I really like this concept, and again, it shows the message that the parents do not define who you are. The echoes of the original Star Wars trilogy are really beginning to show up in this new one, but again, I really like the way it's heading. But I would love to hear your thoughts after hearing these comments by Rian Johnson and Daisy Ridley. Finally, who do you think Rey's parents are? I would love to hear your best theory in the comment section down below. If you would like to join me in the daily Star Wars discussion and debates, follow me on Twitter at Stupendous Wave. Link will be in the description. If you enjoyed this video and feel it deserves it, it would really help me out if you could leave a like. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel to keep up to date with everything Star Wars related, from news, explanations, and theories from a galaxy far, far away. If you have any video topics you would like to see addressed in a future video, do not hesitate to leave them in the comments below the video, or again, tweet them at me. As always, your viewership and support means the world. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.